name is Jaime Cruz, and welcome to the End At Literary Adventures. And now, sticking together. And at the house, the boys are making dioramas. Across the smudge-stained mirror table is an alluvium of magazine cutouts, play putty and silly dough, slinky slinking, and crumpled Schoenberg records. The boys sway on mounds of cardboard that sometimes break out into teetering contests. But the worst was the tiny white tube of Krazy Glue. Buhmann. Now, is it implied craziness, or is it itself crazy? Gabe. I think its crazyality comes from how crazily it glues stuff together. Buhmann. So it's not like a genie of craziness where once the tube is opened, a sort of craze comes out? Keeter. Buhmann, if you're looking for an excuse to go crackers, you'll have to look farther than glue. But it was too late. Buhmann nimble-tastically gives Gabe a superglue mustache and then glues the tips of his fingers and absconded like Spider-Man atop the ceiling. Gabe, agog, looks to Keeter for consultation, but Keeter pays it no mind and continues with his diorama. Keeter, just give me my Elmers and I'm content. Good enough for 4th grade, good enough for now. With a bumpkin's charm, he attaches Lisa Kudrow's upper torso to his Romy and Michelle's high school reunion diorama, all the while mumbling his affinity for old Elmers. Gabe, flummoxed somewhat at the task of shaving a superglue mustache, paces about the bathroom like a giant Quixotic spider monkey. A few blueprints later, and he has a razor of sandpaper smothered in aloe. Gabe smooths the adhesive stash out to look like a ghostly goatee. Gabe, I look like a debonair Casper, he says with more despondency than benediction. He leaves the bathroom and is stopped in his tracks by superglue. Buhmann. Welcome to my half-mad stickatorium, where you will be trapped forever! He lumbers away like a trickster boar. Gabe has to chip at the tiles with a Phillips flathead for hours before he can pull free from the floor. Keeter, I could use your help getting these tiles off my feet. Keeter. See, you wouldn't have got that much difficulty if it was Elmer's. Nah, Elmer sticks when you want her to and pulls free when you don't. That's why I like her. And why I always go back to her. And at the living room, the walls are beginning to look like the floor. Buhmann's craze renders the house Escheresque, with tables and chairs protruding sideways and slantwise. Gravity holds no effect when pitted against superglue. A garbage pail hangs from the ceiling like a transmogrified chandelier, and even the trash floats in suspension. Empty bags of chips, coffee grinds, and scraps of paper frozen as if Buhmann had glued them to the air. And if you look very close, you'll see embalmed bugs fossilized in yuck. Gabe touches a broken mouse pad that sticks to his finger. Gabe. Damn. Buhmann guffaws a chortle that echoes the glue-webbed house. Gabe's shoe tiles trip and stick to a guitar amp that sends him crashing to the floor. When he composes himself a shoe, coat hanger, Tennyson book, 2 pawns and a rook, a slice of cantaloupe, half a Jenga tower, a sombrero, Moses Malone's rookie card, and an E and G harmonica adorn his right femur and torso. Huddled on the floor, Gabe looks up like a beautiful Katamari crustacean. He crawls to the closet, accumulating superglue dust. He opens the door and with his last unstuck thumb plugs in the humidifier before slipping into unconsciousness fueled by fumes. When he wakes, the house is covered in a slimy film that behaves the way you would expect ectoplasm to. All that was off kilter had now collapsed and lay on the floor in gray goo. Buhmann is exasperatedly twisting the tiny tube to no avail. Gabe. Well, Buhmann, did you get it out of your system? Sheesh! Had I not humidified the place, we'd be in a sticky situation. Actually, props to Keeter. He's the one that saved the day. Elmer's, dude. Remember? Sticks when you want her to, pulls free when you don't. Keeter, in a blaze and flurry, unstuck the entire house with his counteracting Elmers. When he finished, Buhmann and Keeter faced off in the steam-enveloped house. They lunge forth at one another, each with their paste of choice. Buhmann doesn't stand a chance. He used most of his crazy labyrinthing the place. When Gabe comes to, the house looked like it was frosted with frosting. He tries to get up but falls in the process. Gabe, hey! I bet you could get a nice glide on all this melted glue. The boys rejoice and start sliding on the floor like ice skaters. They weave to and fro, dodging piles of debris and crashing aerials down the hall. They continue to glue skate for years and years. And when the anthropologists break down their door, they find the boys perfectly preserved. All three are in the middle of telling a joke. Buhmann seems to be specifically saying, Schmrazy. The end. Thank you for your time. Now join us next week when the boys discover a new trend that takes across the country. Salamander fencing. Good night.